Hey, how's everyone tonight? Hopefully doing well. I am in my office hanging out. It has been a long day and I literally did not get new to-do list done. And you can see this is my to-do list today. I only had a few things crossed off, but that's okay. That is okay. Some days it's just better than other. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to get all of it crossed off because like some of it was in the office and some was outside of the office. And I'm like, how in the world am I supposed to get all that done? But I got quite a bit and I got a lot of the stuff off my desk that needed to come off my desk. So quite frankly, I think that is a win. I'm going to take it as a win. And that's all there is to that. I don't know what in the world is going on. I'm trying to put my files away and they are misbehaving. Anyway, so hopefully your it is acting up now. Oh, that's why. Okay. Anyway, I've got a Surface Pro in here and I'm trying to put the files in around it and it's not filing. My stuff is not filing. Okay. See, that's how my Monday is going. Like now I've got you know what? I'll just stick it in the middle. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. So hopefully your day went excellent and awesome and amazing. Mine was a little bit more chaos incarnate, but it's getting there. As soon as I quit playing with that. Okay. Let's see. I got so many videos. I don't know if you guys have been watching the channel lately, but I put so many videos together last week. I literally was like, I am not doing anything. I turned off the phone and I just went at it and was just, editing and getting stuff scheduled out and all of that. And it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. I feel so accomplished. Uh, some of the videos that I've been meaning to get up for a while finally made it to the screen. So, some of them that I needed to like schedule out for interviews and stuff like that for What's Up Ocala, I got those up. So huge weight off me because I don't have to like stress about editing or anything like that. Kind of in between time, I can just kind of working on my other stuff, which I'm thrilled with. One of the things going on here recently is my instructor stuff is finally moving forward, which is crazy. So about a year and a half ago, no joke, I started working towards being an instructor at the local Realtors Association. Had I realized what all of that encompassed, I don't know that I really would have done. I don't know if I would have gone down that road. Oh, good. I'm glad that yay, you're thrilled that I've got some videos up. No, but there are quite a few like scheduled out. So you're going to see a lot over the next like couple weeks actually. So I didn't want to like bombard all of them on at once. So they're all kind of spaced out, but they're all up there. So but yeah, so I actually about a year and a half ago, I started down this journey of doing being an instructor. So I went ahead and I just wanted to teach at my local association. I was like, I know how to do like social media stuff and how to do YouTube and how to do a live and stuff like that. So I really wanted to share that with some of my local realtors. And I also, I had gotten an opportunity to teach for the Chamber of Commerce here a few different times. And some of the corporations and stuff locally have been having me do that. So I was like, well, if I'm teaching all these other companies and small businesses and even large businesses and their sales team and everything, how to market yourself and advertise and stuff like that, and how to really be a resource for people instead of just gimme, gimme, gimme. It's, it's actually giving other people and it comes back around. I wanted to share that with other realtors as well, because I really do think that realtors are basically a great resource for people. And so I found out I had to get approved to teach Florida real estate realtor stuff. So I went to Florida Realtors, which isn't too bad. It's all over in Orlando. And I took the classes in order to get approved to teach their classes. And then I found out you have to go and get auditioned. Like you have to go in and there's this whole room full of, it's supposed to be a class, but it's not really a class. It's actually, they judge you. They have like slips and everything. You have to get a certain score and you have to teach on certain things. Well, you can only do 2 auditions every 6 months. So for these different classes, and it's the classes that they have, and they make sure there's all these guidelines and stuff. And I'm like, okay. So I've auditioned 6 times and I have been approved for all 6 classes. So I now have 6 classes that I can offer under my belt. And what's funny is I've actually gotten associations that want me to come to their association and teach their members, but they're not my local well, one is Citrus County, so huge kudos to them. But yeah, the ones they actually have me in Miami. I'm going down to Miami, which is a good 5 hours from me. And then another one is Emerald Coast, which is 5 hours in the other direction. It's actually a different time zone. So so yeah, I'm going up to teach up there. Teach me how you edit your videos so fast. Uh, time, if you do it long enough, you will be able to breeze right through. And some videos take a lot more editing than others. If it's a lot of different visuals and different stuff going on and a lot of pictures and videos combined, and then audio recordings included in that, and then music in the background, that does take a lot more than just like a podcast type situation where I'm just doing an interview. That's totally different. But even the podcast stuff, I have to be careful because sometimes I'll cough or something like that, or, sneeze, and I don't want to have that in it. So I edit that out. Or recently somebody said something that was, not appropriate for the channel. And I was like, it shocked me because I didn't think that she would say something. And so it was, so I had to edit that out. And it was just kind of she kind of used it as like, a shock value, I guess. I don't know, but like kind of a turn of phrase. But I know full well it ain't gonna fly on YouTube. So I was like, nope, that's getting edited. So just stuff like that. That stuff gets edited. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. And you get through intro, your outro, you toss it on there. It's like, I mean, it's like you do it enough times, you'll be good. And that's a lot of it is a lot of people just don't know to do that. Just get started. It's going to be terrible. I mean, y'all have been with me. Whew. When you look at some of those old videos, it is so embarrassing. They are so embarrassingly bad. But I leave them up there. I leave them up there because you guys you can see I have grown quite a bit, but also, some of that stuff was helpful, and it definitely shows how my little company has grown over the years. And I don't know, I'm a real person. I mean, it's not going to be perfect right at first. So I definitely want people to just get out of their comfort zone. So watch the old videos where I had not a lick of makeup on and my hair is wet just out of the shower. And I'm like showing you my neighborhood and I'm like, there it is. It's just whatever. Yeah. But I want those videos to also help, those that I'm teaching to be able to do that kind of stuff. So anyway, but yeah, so next month, just for 2 days, I'm going down to Miami and then 2 days up in Emerald Coast. So if you guys have recommendations on restaurants in Miami, I have been to Miami one time and it was for a cruise and I literally went straight to like we were not because you don't know. I mean, Miami is a huge place and the traffic is it is horrific. So one wrong turn and we're going to be in a place we're not supposed to be. So we were like, there's the GPS, there's the hotel, there's the that's it. Do not pass go. Do not go figure it out just exactly there. So I don't know. I'm going to Miami, Florida the first day, not too far from Brightline. It's like, I don't know, a couple miles away from the Brightline terminal. I'm not going to get to take the Brightline down there. I was heartbroken in one aspect because I really want to take the Brightline, but I'm going to take the Brightline to Fort Lauderdale. My husband and I are going on a cruise for our anniversary. We have 10 years together, so we're going to celebrate that a little early because that's when the cruise was cheap, and we're basically both very cheap people. So we're gonna go and do that. Thank you so much for all the hearts. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, that's just so sweet. But yes, if you know of places to eat in Miami, because I don't. I have no clue. I've been there once and it was like blink and I missed it. So I'm going to be going down there. And my husband, of course, is going with me because we do everything together. I was like, what are you going to do? Because I've got 2 classes. I'm going to do 2 classes in Miami. And then I'm going the next day over to Hollywood, Florida. And I'm going to teach over there for 2 classes. And that's on March 4th and 5th. So any of my Miami people, I will be down at your associations, or Hollywood people, I'll be at your associations. So, but yeah, I have absolutely no idea. I'm sure the food is going to be amazing down there. I just don't want to miss out on something. I've got serious FOMO going on. So, I mean, if you're going to go down there, you might as like really enjoy it while you're down there. It's a 5-hour trek, man. But yeah, it should be fun. Hey, Andy. Oh, Andy, you were on my list to call today. I don't know if you see yourself, but you're about 4th down there. So I'll be calling you tomorrow afternoon if you're available, just because, we got to chat. We got some stuff to chat about. And I just want to check on you and just make sure that we're still on the same page and kind of everything with Miss Debbie. I got her email. So anyway, all right. We won't get into that too much. That's super secret, awesome stuff. But yeah, can call after 5. Of course I can call after 5. Actually, yeah, I do have at 6 o'clock. Y'all are gonna laugh. Okay. Yes, I will call after 5. Absolutely. That's perfect. So my daughter and I are taking RAD, which is the first word I can't say on here. That's perfect. Okay. 5 o'clock it is. We're good. Call Edie. See, now I have it perfectly done. Okay. So we're doing RAD together. I don't know if you guys have ever done this. It's a self-defense class for women. And you can look it up. It's all over the country. But my daughter is, she's 15. She'll be 16 in May. And she's graduating high school in May of next year. So she'll be like 17 in a couple days. I don't know. It depends on when graduation is, but she's and she'll graduate with her associate's degree. So super proud of her. She's doing great, but I am terrified. This girl is going to college and I'm scared. I'm truly scared. So and I've taken a lot of self-defense classes over the years being a realtor. It's not the safest of jobs. It is actually one of those that are more dangerous. So if y'all ever question like, oh, how come realtors don't just, it used to be like when my grandmother was doing it in the 80s and 90s, she'd just be like, all right, jump in the car, let's go. Yeah. Now it's okay. Here's my car. There's your car. Follow me. And then you do it that way. It's just, there's a lot of safety precautions that we have now because we have to. The world is different than it was then. So, but yeah, so it's actually been probably the wildest, most hands-on class I have ever taken. I am sore and beat up. It's 4 classes. The first one is instructional, and then after that it was hands-on, and it is very, very hands-on, and I am sore and pummeled by the time we get, and it's like 3 hours per class. So to make it tomorrow night, starting at 6, is our last and final class, which is good because I'm tired. And my daughter and I are doing it together. There's a huge room full of amazing women. And we apparently have to put on headgear and um, pads and everything and like go show what we know. So they told us, just to give you an idea, they told us to make sure to wear appropriate clothing, no jewelry of any kind, no watches, no nothing. And not to eat hydrate, but do not eat anything beforehand because we might vomit. I'm like, oh, what are you guys gonna do to us? But yeah, it's it's pretty crazy. So if you actually take it at some of the universities that offer this class, it's actually 1 full college credit. So, but I'm feeling uh, a lot better with my daughter, going off to college or seeing that in the near future and having her a little bit more prepared in the kind of, teaching you to really look at your surroundings and stuff and potential problems. So it's been really, really good. Very odd, but but a very good learning experience for her and I. And I cannot tell you how many self-defense classes I've taken over the years. I honestly, it's countless. But really, this one's different. This one is very, very different, and it's only for women. Sorry, guys, you're out of luck. But it's really good. Anyway, but yeah, that's my final one. I graduate tomorrow night. Hopefully. I don't know. Can you fail a class? I don't know. I don't think you can fail it. What easy program are you using to edit the videos? I like free, personally. I love free video edit. I love free everything. So I used to use Microsoft Movie Maker. I know, basic, but it worked really well. And it's just drag and drop. And the more you use it and the more you get to know it, the more stuff you can do and the better your videos are. After that, I switched to Mac. Sorry, I love Mac. I didn't know if I would or not. I was scared to use it, but I am so much a Mac girl at this point. It's pathetic. So that's iMovie. I did go ahead and purchase some software that is for video editing, and I used it all of maybe 3 times, and then I realized that that is basically, I would need to take a college course to figure out this video editing software, and it was it was beyond. It was Final Cut Pro, I think is what it's called. It was a couple $100. It really wasn't bad. It's actually on this laptop here. But I don't need to make a major motion picture. This is YouTube. This is not anything from Hollywood, California. It wasn't for me. It was a little too much. So I would say stick with simple and basic and easy, because that's what's going to work, and free, definitely free. So I use iMovie. I love iMovie, and every single time I use it, I find new ways to do it and more stuff to do. So I love it. It's great. So yeah, but I mean, honestly, you can use anything. There's so much software out there. It's ridiculous. And for the short videos, I just use the TikTok app for the short videos. I know some people have pros and cons with that one, but that's what I use. And then they have CapCut, which I've used it a couple times. I prefer TikTok. Just simple. Let's keep it simple. Keep it simple. What is a great or good? Excuse me, good. We don't have good here. We have great. What is a good credit union in Ocala? I highly, highly recommend Mid Florida Credit Union. I love them over there. They are so awesome. I actually am going to go over there this week. They've been amazing with my daughter as well. Just basically above everything. Like if it's your personal account, if it's business accounts, if it's my daughter starting her first checking account, so she has her little direct deposit that comes in from uh, Chick-fil-A. She works very, very, very part-time at Chick-fil-A. So anything like that, they have been so amazing and they like really took time with her and explained things to her. And it's just, it was awesome, So they don't have like a real long wait. They have really great hours. I cannot say enough for them over at Mid Florida. I really love them. I used to, for years and years, I used Florida Credit Union. Unfortunately, Florida Credit Union, they've gotten very big, and that they've kind of lost that. I don't know. They're we'll just say their customer service is not what it was when I first started with them. So, but Mid-Florida is. They will literally treat you like family, and I love that about them. So, go to Mid-Florida. Let's see what else. Oh my goodness, everybody's talking so much today. I'm so excited. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. I'm a Mac girl. Yes. So just use the iMovie. iMovie is phenomenal. I mean, once you just push everything, just puts it together. Oh my goodness. I found something on Friday when I was editing where you can I use my finger on the thing and I selected a whole slew of the pictures and videos because I wanted to move them over. And it did. It selected the whole thing and then just let me move it was something so simple and so small, but it really saved me some time and it helped and it was great. And the music and doing B-roll on top, you just put it up on it was super simple. So I mean, just watch a YouTube video. I mean, yeah. That's honestly, I mean, I didn't even know how to use my Mac. I was so frustrated when I first got them. I was like, I don't understand what is going on. My scroll is upside down. I don't even know what's going on. But I watched a 15-minute video and then I was good to go and I never looked back. I do have a Microsoft Pro, but that is a literally recent development. So, but pretty much everything is all Mac, including my iPhone. Don't hate on me. But yeah, it's that even that is Mac stuff. So it's just they all talk to each other. So it's great, but I don't need it on the Microsoft Pro. It's basically just a tablet. So all right. Are venomous snakes around? Well, no. 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 Yes, we do have venomous snakes in Florida. Not so much during the winter. You have to kind of go. They don't like cold, so you're not really going to see too many snakes right now. More so, you're going to find non-venomous snakes. I mean, if you go looking for them, I personally don't go in like super tall grass and bushes looking for things in Florida. That's just a bad idea altogether. I try to leave the animals alone for the most part. But yeah, I mean, if you go looking for them, you'll find them. I have a rule around our house. If it is non-venomous, like a black snake, they look really scary. They're actually fantastic. Not only will they keep mice and rats and stuff like that away, but they will also eat other snakes, including venomous snakes. So if you happen to have a black snake, I know it looks super creepy, but it is non-venomous and it will eat the venomous snakes. So keep those around. And again, I say creepy because, and they don't want anything to do with you. Like if you go anywhere near them, they hightail it out of there. But once in a while you might see one of those. Everything else, again, I don't go looking for them, but but if you're out in the woods or something, yeah, you might find a venomous snake. Wear hiking boots if you're going through like tall grass. I don't know. I think there's a lot of states that have snakes that are venomous. So yeah, that use common sense. But no, if you're like at your own house or and you're in the suburbs or something, you're not going to have anything like that. It's just basically, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. That's like, are there alligators in a pond? Yeah, probably. Depends on the size of the pond and all of that. But, it's Florida and it's warm. So, yeah, you'll probably have one. I personally would leave them alone, but I've been to the springs where there was an alligator swimming and it was only like a 4-foot alligator. I mean, that's not going to mess with me. I mean, it's not. I mean, if you're bigger than the alligator, it's not going to mess with you. It does not want anything to do with you. And I don't know why actually people are so freaked out by alligators. It is so incredibly rare to get attacked by an alligator that it is ridiculous to a ridiculous degree. Now, sharks we have in the ocean, and they are a little more aggressive. So yeah, I'm not going to say anything about those. So if you're worried about it, stay out of the ocean. But no, alligators, snakes, stuff like that, it's not very often you're going to see that. Swat are beautiful. Oh, thank you. Black snakes are awesome. All right, Andy. Yes. We're all about the black snakes. They freak my daughter out because they do. They look I think she went to use the garden hose and then she reached down for the garden hose and realized that it moved, and that's a no-go. No. So now she's just like extremely careful of going outside in like the bushes and stuff where the garden hose is. So I'm like, it's just a black snake. It's okay. It is okay. But she kind of like it tried to get away from her, but she like ran back and was like standing in its way. So it kind of poked its like little body up and was looking at her, and she's dancing around and it's trying to get around her, and she's like, bah! So it was not pretty. I was like, she just wants to get away from you, and she's literally blocking its only exit. I'm like, but I mean, it's not, now it would have been a totally different reaction for me had it been a venomous snake, but it was not. It was basically a little more than a lizard without legs. It's nothing. They're super helpful. They keep all the other ones away. They can stay by my house. I don't have a problem with that. But all the rest of them, and I don't have an issue with the little tree frogs, although twice now we have had the little frogs. They're kind of, what color? They're manila. They're like this color frogs, maybe a little bit more green than that. But there is a TikTok video, a couple of them now, because 2 of them have gotten into our kids' bathroom. I don't know how they got into the bathroom. Over the last 7 years, twice a tree frog has gotten into our bathroom. And the one, we didn't know it was in there, and it was in the toilet. And my daughter was 7, 8, 7, 8, I don't know. She comes bolting into my room at 6:00 in the morning, freaking out. She says, "Mom, I went to go to the bathroom this morning and something slapped my butt." I was like, that ain't supposed to happen. So I went in there, and somehow the tree frog had tried to get a drink of water out of the toilet. I don't know if it got in because somebody left the door open. I don't know. But it got into the toilet. It fell in, and it freaked out when she sat down, and so it tried to jump out of the toilet and hit her. And and then there was a whole incident where we're trying to get this stupid toilet frog off the wall because it jumped out of the toilet, and then it was on the wall. And now I'm like, great, I'm going to have to like decontaminate the bathroom. It's got toilet water literally all over. So we're trying to catch this stupid tree frog. None of us want to touch the toilet frog. And and of course, every time we would go to get close to get it, it would jump at us. And we're screaming. My husband's like telling us we were goofy. And we're like, well, this is this is you. You need to get the frog. This is a guy thing. So that was fun. I'm not scared of frogs, but I wasn't touching that. It had been in the toilet. No, that's like sticking your hand in the, no. So we finally, we got that out of the house. It went to the trees in the back of the property. Great. Recently, my stepson goes to take a shower. I don't know if it's the same frog. It may be the same frog. I don't know. But he goes to take a shower. There's a tree frog right there underneath it. So he comes bolting out of the shower in a towel, soap in his hair, and he's like, I was not alone in there. And I'm like, what? There's another tree frog. So we go in and we're trying to I'm like, okay, finish your shower in our shower. And I was like, I took the toilet one last time. This is on you. So my husband is in there trying to get the frog. Now, mind you, this time it's not toilet frog. It was a nice, clean shower frog. We still didn't want to touch it. Apparently that's a no-go. Nobody wants to touch the frog, and it kept jumping and moving and stuff. But there is a TikTok video from right around a year ago, and I was videotaping the whole mess of my husband trying to get this thing off. And it was behind the soap holder dish thing. And for some unknown reason, none of us thought to take the soap holder dish thing off. We all were just like, I don't know, poke it or something. I swear we're intelligent people, but when it comes to tree frogs in the bathroom, we lose all sense of common sense. Like it was pathetic. But yeah. So yeah, we have more issues with tree frogs apparently. Twice in 7 years we had issues. It's just not good. It was a toilet frog, Edie. It was a toilet frog. So creepy. I mean, can you imagine being like 70? I'm surprised she never like just was like had a phobia of the toilet after that. Can you sitting down on the toilet at 6 o'clock in the morning and something hits you there? she was like, Mom, it slapped me on the butt. It's like, oh my God. It was so bad. But there is actually one other incident now that I thought about it of a tree frog or a lizard. I'm not really entirely sure, but it was on the Ring doorbell. I think I put that up on Facebook. I don't know. It was a while ago, but I came home at night and I went to grab the doorknob and apparently there was either a lizard or a tree frog underneath. I don't know what it was, but I went to grab doorknob and I touched something squishy and I freaked out because it is not supposed to be squishy under there. Oh yeah. So you could actually see me in the ring go. It was so bad. But honestly, of all that, no snakes, no snake issues. There was one black snake incident with my daughter, and they both just were trying to get away from each other, and she was doing a happy dance, and it was trying to get away, and it was, yeah. But that was non-venomous stuff. I see a lot more black snakes than anything else, honestly. It was so gross. So we have those little gecko things. They're everywhere. In fact, one of my daughter's classmates recently moved down here and she is just freaking out about these little lizards. I think this was last year. And she was freaking out about all the little lizards and she's like, they're everywhere. And my daughter's like, she's never lived anywhere else. She thinks it's completely normal to have little geckos. Like we wouldn't even, if we saw a gecko crawling across the window, it would be like nothing. Like it is a Florida thing. And this little girl was like, she's in high school, but she was just freaking out about these geckos everywhere. And Lexi's like, you don't have geckos where you come from? No, they do not have geckos everywhere in Michigan. It's not a thing. Okay. It's so funny. So I don't know. I think that if you are planning to live in Florida, just have a sense of humor. Just have a sense of humor with it because there is some weird stuff it just makes life so much more interesting and surprising when you least expect it. But if you have a sense of humor, you're fine. You will be fine. And maybe get a little bit of knowledge of the plant life and different amphibious things so that if you do happen to be in the shower with a tree frog, you can finish shampooing your hair and step out with grace, as opposed to my very crazed looking stepson with the towel dripping soap. It was not a good thing. He was like, I was not turning my back on that. I was not closing my eyes to get the soap off. No, I was out. Can't blame him. I mean, you never know but I mean, I would still take shower frog over tree frog any day or toilet frog. Ooh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That was not fun. Smiley one. You're just popping in to say hi. Hi. How are you? How is everything going? Hello. All sorts of waving. Everybody is like, oh man, so much stuff. Everybody's talking tonight. We got 11 people in here right now. But I've been telling all sorts of stories about living here. To me, it seems perfectly, totally normal. Maybe good to see you too. I don't get to actually see you, obviously, but I see you there. You should pop onto a like a FaceTime with me or a Google Meet or something. Something so I can actually see face to face. Anyway, I'm actually gonna put that in there because I don't know, my Andy said that my link for my Calendly was acting up. So I'm just gonna post it in here. Calend. Sometimes it just acts crazy, I guess. There we go. If you click on that, it will automatically put you up to my calendar. It'll tell you my available days and times and stuff like that. And it will send you the link for doing a Google Meet and stuff like that. So, okay. You're there in early summer. All right, cool. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. Oy. I don't know. What else? What else is going on? I don't know. You should, y'all, one of these nights, I'm going to show you my office, especially my favorite room is the bathroom here. It is probably, my office is fine. It's cute. It's comfortable. It's very comfortable. But the bathroom is probably the most me personality wise out of all of the space in here and all of the stuff that we've done. And, we've got the lobby and we've got, I mean, that's just, that's kind of boring stuff, but the bathroom, that's definitely more me. I have, every time I go to a thrift store or a flea market or a yard sale or whatever, and I find little signs that just really are something I would say or something positive or encouraging or whatever, they don't look at all like, they're all completely different. But every time I find one, I will get it. And so I have all over the walls in there are all of these different sized, different fonts, different colors, all these different signs. And so everybody that uses our bathroom, they come out and they're like, I literally spent the entire time in there just reading your walls. I've essentially done a very decorative graffiti. So yeah, if you ever come to my office, make sure and take a pit stop in the bathroom because that room, and it's a huge room. I don't know why. It's not like there's a huge, multiple. It's just this big, massive room for some unknown reason. And so I have used floor to ceiling all of the walls in there. There's still space, so there will still be signs, but there are all sorts of signs in there. And you just kind of have to see it. Of course, probably my favorite, is above the toilet. There is a sign that's supposed to go in the kitchen, and it's not. It's in the bathroom. It's right above the toilet, and it says, "Life is short, lick the bowl." And it's supposed... I just find it hilarious to put it in the bathroom. Somebody did that one. I just love it. So there's all sorts of crazy signs in there, and it just makes me happy every time I go in there. Like, if you have to use the bathroom, you might as well enjoy it. So yeah, if you come in here, make sure and stop in there. Thank you. Oh, so what else? What else can I help with? I don't know. I'm already getting tired. I worked my little behind off all weekend. Before the Super Bowl yesterday, we have this insane dog. Poor thing. She is absolutely nuts. And so we're trying to get the yard fenced in, and we don't need like something, she's not a massive dog. She's weighs 30 pounds soaking wet. So it's basically just to corral her so that she stops irritating the neighbors and so that she doesn't get lost or hurt or something like that. So we just need to corral her. So we were like, okay, we can do this. We can do this fence. We had different fencing companies come out and give us quotes, and many of them did not show up. And the ones that did, it was like, really? For a fence? Because this isn't like a 6-foot fence or even chain link. This is basically like white picket, basically, will be more than fine to hold this dog. So my husband and I are like, you know what? We're just going to do this ourselves. We got this, it's going to take us a few weekends. It's fine. We've got this. So we did get an auger, which is great because I'm not great with digging holes. And so we got this battery operated auger thing, which is totally cool. I figure I can use it for real estate signs at some point. So sure, why not? So we've got this thing. My husband is a detail-oriented individual. So these posts, he wants down to the 1/4 of an inch, and he's checking with level. And so it's very difficult for me, not being a detail-oriented person. I'm more of a just getting in the ground and move on kind of person. So I was like, okay, I'm going to assist you. And then when you start driving me crazy and you get into your detail place, I'm going to leave you to do your details. And I'm going to go in and help our daughter find her floor, because her bedroom is overwhelming to anybody. I don't know how she can even live in there. So she had to clean her room. So I was kind of supervising / helping and just making it less overwhelming for her. So I would go in and help her. And then I would be like, okay, you're caught up. Now I'm going to go outside. And then I'm digging and using auger and stuff with my husband and picking up these 4x4s, which by the way, are very heavy, and, working on that. And then of course he wanted them like moved just a slightly bit. So you got to take it out of the ground, then put it back in the ground, then move it, and then anyway, so that was my day yesterday. It was exhausting, and I was doing laundry. I had my own thing to do too. So, cause I like wearing clean clothes. So, so I'm tired, and now I'm going to get my butt kicked tomorrow night. So hopefully I'm not going to be quite as sore and tired tomorrow. That would be awesome. And I just had paperwork today and getting caught up on some stuff and some meetings and stuff. So it wasn't too bad. So, but yeah, I'm definitely feeling it. I'm going to bed early tonight. When do you think the buyers will come back? Because I have my house for sale on top of the world since October, and no showings this month at all so far. You haven't had any showings this month at all. That's odd. Is it for rent or for sale? Because if it's for rent, it should have already been rented. That's kind of crazy. But for sale, you said buyers, so it's for sale. I mean, they're saying that, okay. So yes, things did slow down. However, there's 300 last week, 300 houses in Marion County, over 300 houses went pending. So it might not be that there are no buyers. It might be something else. It might be either aesthetics. I don't know. It might be an absolutely gorgeous house. But it might be that there's something that you need to do, and it could be something small, maybe, a little bit of updating, something like that. I mean, even something as small as changing out the lighting fixtures can super, super upgrade a house. It's amazing what lighting fixtures can do. So, I mean, just small stuff like that. So hopefully, are you working with a realtor? Or are you working with one of ours, or you're doing it yourself? If you're doing it yourself, that's totally fine. It's cool. I'm not going to hold a grudge. It's okay. I just need to know, I just don't want to step on toes and get anybody mad at me. So if you're already working with a realtor, if it's one of mine, I can say whatever I want. If it's not one of mine, I have to be very careful as to what I say, because you have a contract with them, and I don't want to step on their toes or cause issues for them. So I want to be respectful of the person that you hired, if that makes sense. So anyway, but if you're just, for sale by owner, then I have all sorts of information I can give you. In fact, that's actually the book that I will eventually finish. That's actually who it's for, is for people that are trying to sell their house themselves, and basically me telling them how to do it, basically. So, but yeah, you should have had showings this month. So if it's not the product that you're selling and it's super cute and good to go, then you're going to want to look at the advertising. Again, not stepping on toes. Make sure that you have, really, really good advertising, really good pictures. I cannot stress enough how important the photography is, and the house being set up properly for the photography so that you get the best pictures possible. And then utilizing those pictures properly in both print and digital marketing. And if there's no issue with that, then I would say your price. But with as many houses are going under contract this week alone, I would say it's maybe you should have had showings. If you've not got showings, there's an issue. You should definitely have showings. I'm looking at January stats. That's all of MLS. That's not really, we want to check only Marion County. Yeah, it says the number of units sold decreased from the previous month by 18%, but has increased 4% year over year. So, and that was for January. And of course, we're going to have a little bit of a dip in January from December. So, you might want to look into those three things: is the product, which is the house. I'm sorry, when you put it out on the market, it is a product. It's not home. It's a house that you're selling. So it is a product. So if there's nothing wrong with the product and it looks fantastic and smells fantastic, that is important too. And everything is set in that regard. And your real estate agent or any real estate agent will help you with that. I try to sugarcoat it a little bit, but I still tell people when there's an issue, and the cards fall where they fall, but at least I'm honest. So, so if there's no issue with that, there's no issue with the marketing, then it's a price issue, but it should still be selling, especially on Top of the World. So the buyers for on Top of the World, while of course it's not, it has a smaller pool of buyers because it's 55 plus. And they also have to have a very financially secure, like you can't go to on Top of the World if you're thinking about doing a reverse mortgage, for example, because you can't do a reverse mortgage there. So it does make the pool of buyers a little bit smaller, but because there are so many amenities there and it's such a lifestyle and there's so many people that want to live on Top of the World, you really shouldn't have an issue. I've never had an issue selling in there at all. So yeah, you probably want to look at then price at that point. So, and it's the same as if you go to the store and there is, any kind of product there, if there's apples or oranges or something like that, then, right now, if you try to buy an avocado, you're going to get a green one. So it's not the greatest product right now, but it's super inexpensive. So it's worth it anyway. I think they were like, 68 cents or something like that each for the Haas avocados. Cool. Now, if it were like really hard and green and it was $1.50, I'm thinking it's not going to sell. So it's just kind of, you have to have all the things in line. It has to, be ready, and it has to, there are so many houses for sale and on Top of the World. Yeah, there's always houses for sale and on Top of the World. Though. There's a lot of houses out on the market right now, but it's not that much more than prior to 2 years ago. I'm not going to say since the COVID stuff, it's basically we're going back into a normal market. This is a very normal market. And a lot of the real estate agents that have been only licensed for like 3 or 4 years, they don't understand that this is actually the normal market. What we saw before, not normal. That was weird with a capital W. It was crazy. So yeah, it has slowed down a little bit, but the interest rates are getting better and better. I think everybody's just kind of, taking a breath, but they're still purchasing houses. Okay. They're still, there's still hundreds of houses each week that are either going under market or closing or both. So we're talking like a couple hundred are closing, between 250 to 300 or more are actually closing. So every single week in our county. So they're still, especially this time of year, you have a lot more snowbirds down here this time of year that are out shopping, or a lot of people from up north that are looking. I've actually seen on the Facebook groups that I have, like moving to Ocala and stuff like that. There's a lot of people actively looking for 55 plus right now because they are stuck in the cold and they want out. So again, that goes back to your marketing. Are you marketing locally or are you marketing nationally? Because that, on top of the world, for a listing and on top of the world, you really, really have to market nationally. Locally, it's not going to do as well. You really, really want to get like, your videos and your pictures and stuff, Facebook ads, stuff like that. That all needs to go national and primarily to the northern states right now, I would say. Oh, cool. So many houses for sale. Yeah. So, and a lot of, I gotta be, okay. So on top of the world is owned by, it's not an HOA, it's owned by the developer, which you probably already know that. And that developer owns their own real estate company. And those people, I don't know if they're realtors. So those realtors that work on top of the world primarily work for new construction and do new construction. They also do resales, but their advertising is for resales is not the same. Yeah. Okay. So so it's not the same. So they primarily, a lot of the advertising or a lot of what they rely on is the developer advertising, and that's going to be the new construction, of course. So so a lot of those that you're seeing as active available for MLS, the only advertising that's being done for them, or pretty much the only advertising that's being done for them, is the MLS, and that's it. That's it. So so that kind of doesn't really matter about the house. It's more about kind of the marketing and stuff. But on the other side, they're right there. So showings are probably really super easy, and they know all of the ins and outs of every section of Otao on top of the world, like the back of their hands. So I mean, there's pros and cons, right? There's pros and cons. So, but I don't know that I would really say, oh, there's a whole, it's because, not many people are buying on top of, no, there's closings every week. There's closings over there. But it's one of those three things. It's always one of those three things. It's either what the aesthetics are, the marketing or lack thereof, or the price. So, I mean, you should have showings, especially this time of year, because it's only going to get harder. You might want to reevaluate this like ASAP, because once you get into like the summer, you're going to have even less buyers unless there is something seriously drastically changing, like amazingly changing with the entire interest rate and everything, which I'm thinking we're going down. Might see going down into the 5% or something like that. That would be really awesome. But then how many sellers are going to put their houses on the market? So are you going to really have less competition or more? So yeah, you'll have more buyers, but you're going to have a lot more sellers as well. So because, and house prices might come up a little bit, but it's not going to be as much as you think. So yeah. I like Westshire Village. So, all right, awesome. Hopefully that helped. If you have any questions, just go to the Calendly. We'll chat. But just let me know if there's anything I can do to help. I will. And that's not because I'm like trying to get a listing or something like that. It's genuinely the same reason I give as much information as I can. I just really like to help. So, building with the Phillips, a true custom home builder. Let's partner. Phil's Home Construction. I would have to, I would love to, and I love to meet new builders. But I'd have to see couple of your houses, if possible, that's under construction. And if you could show, I would love to do that. That would be awesome. So yeah, let's definitely chat. But I am so picky with sending people to a builder because I want to make sure that they're taken care of. And not that you're not going to take, I just don't know. So we have to chat. So go, yeah, put yourself on my Calendly. We will definitely chat and we'll look at we'll look at some houses. Let's do it. Building in Citrus Springs. Oh, cool. Yeah. Citrus Springs. So either William or Sharney. Which one was out there? Or did I get it wrong? I was just out in Citrus Springs like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. William. Oh yeah. William's awesome. He's so good. So yeah. Have you seen his videos lately? Oh, yeah. All right. I will check with William. Cause he knows a lot about home building and he is super, super picky. So I'll get with him. He complimented how clean our job sites are. That's actually really hard to do. Yeah. My husband didn't want me going on job sites anymore, on construction sites. Because I need to know. I hate it when builders cut corners and, there's so, there's what is required. So like, grass around the house by 6 feet, Citrus Springs, I don't know, as well, but there's a certain amount of feet around the house that is required to have sod, for example. But some of the builders will double that amount or just sod the whole lot. Some of the builders will just throw the sod down and you walk out there and you're going to break your ankle because they don't pack it down. So, I mean, just something as small and stupid as sod says so much about a builder, like so much. So, I mean, and you just don't know until you go to the job site and see what they're building, what's behind the walls and what kind of pipes. Are they going to do PVC? Are they doing the blue and red new ones? Or, what are they doing exactly? So, I'm not a builder. It's just, I've seen enough houses at this point and asked enough questions at this point that I know what I like to see out there. And, so yeah, but my husband told me that I couldn't go to any more job sites unless I parked in the middle of the road because I've picked up nails so often in my tires that he's sick of getting the freaking tire fixed. So I have insurance on my tires. I do, because I have gotten so many nails in my tires. And he's like, they were brand new tires. They're only 3 weeks old. How could you have picked up 3 nails in 3 weeks? And I'm like, I just wanted to see how the roof was coming. He's like, stay away from that. Because yeah, there's on a job site, you have to be super, super careful. Go in with permission because there is rusted metal, nails, sharp metal edges everywhere, wet concrete. Like you is not for the faint of heart. But yeah. Oh, good. You do the compaction too. Cool. 4-wheel lease on. Oh my God. The Kicks price. It's okay. My tires aren't that expensive. It's a Prius, but yeah, I have insurance on my tires because just for the tires, because I just have to know. I have to know. But yeah, to keep a job site clean is actually next to near impossible. So you guys have to have the dumpster there because, that's a requirement. But what happens is all the neighbors and all of like, oh, there's a job site. And so they just come and dump random garbage and furniture in the dumpster that you need for your construction. And so you'll end up, and some of them, not only do they do that, but they'll also dump random stuff outside of the dumpster. So then you go to a job site, there's like all this trash, and it's like, this is not a dump. This is our dumpster that we are renting for. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So to have a clean job site is actually really, really difficult because it's not just the workers and subcontractors of these different companies, but it's also everybody and then some that's just like, hey, free use of a dumpster. No, it's not. It's not. Oh my goodness. No spec homes. Okay. So yeah. We don't have the problem in Pinellas County where we are from. Must be nice. Yeah, no, if anything, Marion County, Citrus County, it's not quite as bad since there's dumpsters like everywhere now because, there's so much new construction. So it's kind of spread out. But yeah, back, especially when it was first, like there was dumpsters just coming in all over. Yeah, everybody's like, hey, free for all. I've been waiting to get rid of this furniture for a while. I don't want to drive all the way to the dump. And oh my, really? What a mess. But anyway, well, I think I am good for tonight. It has been an hour. I was hanging out with you guys. I mean, if you guys talk to me, I will definitely be on here for longer. So sometimes I'm on here for like 20 minutes and I'm like, I feel so lonely. So yeah, definitely get on here with me and we will chit chat. And I love helping you guys out. Anything I can help with, just let me know. And I will be more than happy to answer any questions or anything like that. This is Q&A. So thank you, Building with the Phillips. That is awesome. I'm definitely looking forward to checking out some of those sites. I'll have William go with me. We'll go visit and see what we can do. He is definitely just taking Citrus County by storm. He is doing so many videos out there and stuff. He's just really doing great. So loving that. His videos are getting better ratings than mine. I was like, what is up with this? New kid on the block is kicking my butt. So yeah, his videos are getting really good views and stuff right off the bat. So yeah, definitely great. You too, Norma. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate it. And I love all of the comments. That was awesome. All right, y'all have a great night and I will see you next week. And check out those new videos. I have a whole bunch coming this week and next already lined up. So have a good night, y'all. Bye.